Dear Kawartha Lakes Youth.
Dear Kawartha Lakes Youth.
Dear Kawartha Lakes Youth.
Yes, that includes you.
Fenland Falls, Bob Cajun,
Lindsay, Omimi,
Bethany,
Oakwood,
Kirkfield,
Coboconk, Woodville.
Little Britain,
and the rest. We have been told forever
forever.
that using substances,
Smoking marijuana.
drinking alcohol, energy drinks,
prescription medication,
smoking tobacco.
is bad for us.
harmful, dangerous.
we know that, right?
But the reality is, a lot of us don't know why it is bad.
Or think it can't be that bad, so we tried. And some of us continue to do it, or start using other substances.
Earlier this year,
2013,
Some local youth in Kawartha Lakes were surveyed about our knowledge and use of these substances. And well, let's just say, we didn't do as well as we thought we would.
It turns out that some of the things we believe to be true aren't.
for example, we totally overestimate the number of us who are actually using these substances.
Turns out, there's not that many.
You might think there are more if you're hanging out with youth who are using.
also, we underestimated the impact that substance use has on our lives.
Even though most of the youth surveyed reported experienced serious impacts to their physical and emotional health.
Education,
Family life.
And personal safety.
Because we believed that more youth were using than there really are.
And because we didn't truly understand the problems that can happen, some of us started trying substances when we were pretty young.
The reality is that when we use these substances,
Tobacco,
alcohol,
energy drinks,
prescription drugs, and marijuana, we are putting ourselves at risk. Things like changes in our physical appearance,
Mental and physical health problems.
addiction, sexual assault,
unwanted pregnancy, lost jobs,
school problems, damaged personal relationships,
overdose
cancer, and even death.
can happen to you, your friends, and your partner.
Dear Kawartha Lakes Youth,
Dear Kawartha Lakes Youth.
please don't think of this as another lecture about drugs.
Well, it kind of is, but hear a sec.
Information about substances can be pretty confusing.
Very confusing.
Very confusing. Sometimes it's hard to know what to believe, especially when it's coming from adults.
Teachers.
Counselors,
relatives,
Parents,
We may believe differently because of our own personal experiences,
friends' experiences.
Information we have seen on the internet.
or we have just come to our own conclusions about things.
Sometimes what they tell us about substances goes against what we see. So we think,
how can it be bad for us if they sell it in stores?
They give it to sick people.
It's legal to buy.
A doctor prescribes it.
It is so available.
And maybe because people you know, people you love, and maybe even you have tried it. Here's the truth. Using substances puts us at risk, so we need to know the facts
believe the facts.
Get the right facts.
about the substances we are using.
Are thinking about using
I've seen other people using.
Just because a substance is available, sold in stores,
prescribed by doctors,
Called medicinal.
doesn't mean it is safe and without risk.
Consequences from using substances don't always happen right away. They can kind of sneak up on us.
Slowly increasing our risk of problems the more we use them.
Other consequences can happen right away, and we have to make sure we are informed so we know what to do.
Dear Kawartha Lakes Youth,
Dear Kawartha Lakes Youth, here's what to do. If you haven't started using these substances, wait and get more information from reliable sources.
Reliable sources.
Before you decide whether or not to use.
Consider how using substances could interfere with the things you want for yourself.
Like graduating from high school,
Getting a good job.
keeping your job,
having money,
personal safety, a healthy relationship,
playing sports.
If you are already using these substances, reduce your risk.
Use less, less often.
If you choose to use one substance at a time.
Mixing substances together can change how you experience a substance.
Change the intensity.
interferes with your ability to know if you've had too much.
which puts you at a greater risk for injury.
Sexual assault and overdose.
Be aware of how much of a substance you have used. Binging on a substance using a lot at one time, like drinking to get drunk, can be dangerous and has been linked to things that risk your personal safety
Sexual assault, drinking and driving, overdose, and other injuries.
and can lead to embarrassment.
Puking on yourself sucks.
Hangovers, they're brutal.
Crying or fighting at a party, not good.
You don't have to get completely wasted. Plus, you probably want to remember the party the next day.
Taking someone else's prescription medication is never a good idea, even if you know what it is.
Or think you know what it is.
It is never safe to tamper with medication.
Crushing pills or altering pain patches changes how fast the medication gets into your body and can shut it down.
Remember, those medications are meant to treat someone else's mental or physical health condition.
They are not meant for partying.
If it wasn't prescribed for you, it wasn't meant for you.
Energy drinks might seem harmless,
They look like pop.
Sold in stores.
but they can be dangerous for people who have certain health conditions
You may not even know you have a health condition.
or who are on certain medications.
There is no known safe amount for youth.
Read the can.
Mixing energy drinks with alcohol is extremely risky.
I know what you're thinking. They come pre-mixed.
The energy drink covers up the feeling of being drunk, so you end up drinking more, which increases your chances of experiencing problems.
If you smoke cigarettes or use tobacco products, you have a 50% chance of dying some point down the road from your use. And for every person who dies, 20 times that will suffer from a serious tobacco-related illness.
Those are terrible odds. The risk is real.
Cigarettes are also expensive. It adds up. And you probably have more things you'd like to buy for yourself than black lungs and a heart attack. Just saying, try cutting down. Buy less, smoke less.
Marijuana is illegal in Canada and has been linked to triggering mental health conditions in youth that may otherwise not have surfaced.
Marijuana may be a plant,
Yes, it does grow the ground. Well, sometimes.
but it's been modified to be more potent, which makes it more addictive and can lead to more problems in school.
Work, home,
In our personal relationships.
It also impacts your motivation to do other things, as well as your ability to learn and remember things. If you are already smoking marijuana, use less often. The more you use, the more you're at risk. Smoke less.
Dear Kawartha Lakes Youth,
Dear Kawartha Lakes Youth, we are not trying to scare you.
We hope this message will reach you and keep you safe, and keep others safe.
Your friends.
your family.
Your partner.
Too many youth have lost their way or have lost their lives from using substances.
If you are using these substances, it might be because you're trying to manage stress.
Trying to fit in.
Trying to cope.
Trying to forget.
You're just trying to have a good time.
Please know, there is a better way, and using these substances for these reasons will only add to your problems.
As if we didn't have enough problems.
please know if you are ever with someone who has used too much,
Passed out,
Throwing up.
You're just having trouble breathing.
get help right away. Don't wait. Call someone you trust.
Call 911.
You just might save their life.
Plan ahead. If you know you're going to be using substances, make sure you have a safe place to stay.
Arrange a ride.
Driving high is just as dangerous as drinking and driving.
And getting in the car with someone who has been smoking marijuana, drinking alcohol, or using prescription drugs to party isn't a good idea.
Even if they look fine, if they have been using, they are impaired and shouldn't be driving.
If you're trying to deal with things in your life by using substances, there are people in our community who care about us.
At school,
In your neighborhood.
counselors,
Who are here to help.
Call them.
email them.
Text them.
Talk to them.
Dear adults who care about us.
dear adults who care about us. Believe it or not, you're still an important influence in our lives.
Even though we don't like to admit it.
Talk to us about these substances.
We know you don't look forward to these talks. Neither do we.
But do it anyway.
You can talk to us about the facts.
Reliable facts.
If you don't know, find out.
Or maybe we can find out together.
Remind us how much you care about us.
You may not always like the choices we make, and I know we might not always listen, but tell us what you expect from us anyway.
Keep talking to us.
Never stop talking to us.
It lets us know you care.
Tell us we can always call you if we end up in a sketchy situation.
Tell us often.
One day, we might need to make the call. and we will.
Dear youth seeing this message,
Dear youth seeing this message, no one plans to grow up and experience problems from their substance use.
Make informed decisions when it comes to whether or not you want to use substances.
Always remembering that you are beautiful,
Smart,
Strong.
funny,
Talented.
tough, in your own way.
Reduce your risks.
Keep yourself safe, ask questions.
talk about substances,
and get informed from a reliable source.
Sharing this message may help someone you know,
Someone at your school.
someone in your community.
someone across the world.
Post it.
share it.
Send it.
Tweet it.
Tweet!